So starting stream. I'm gonna monitor all of the places where streams happen.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I was disconnected. Oh, damn it.
What?
Yeah, I tapped out. That's my bad.
Okay, well, we will re-invite you. Meanwhile,
please.
okay, we
Damn,
have gone
and
live
it
on
hard
Twitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crap.
Give me one quick second. No worries.
Okay, we have gone live on Mixer, and we are live on YouTube. So folks will start filing in. Oh, I'm getting messages on. Oh.
You're getting messages on, huh?
No, sorry, I'm getting messages on. That's something I'm gonna have to deal with. Okay, I just saw a thing I'm gonna have to deal with.
No worries. All right, can you re-invite me again, Brent? Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yep.
do that again.
Oh, wait, it's coming in now. No worries. It
Looks
actually queued up as it was loading.
Oh,
There we go.
that's no bueno.
Yeah, well, let's, since we're on the air, we won't talk about it, but yeah, we'll definitely have to.
Oh, I'm going to go to his desk and throw his desk on the floor.
Okay, great. All right, so everybody's joining us early. We still got 15 minutes till the stream begins, but we've got FallDownGoBoom over there on the other side of our screen. Nope, not that way. The other way. Yeah. FallDownGoBoom's way over there.
How's it going, guys?
We're going to be playing by some FallDownGoBoom rules today. We're probably going to have to turn off our HUD, which is going to make things very difficult for us.
Oh, my God.
Definitely.
Okay.
So go into settings, go to HUD.
Yeah, show HUD off.
Show HUD,
Just-
show minimap off.
I have to turn that off, too?
Oh yeah, you can leave notifications.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Yep.
So I don't know how you're gonna aim this. We should get a white dry erase marker and just mark where the thing is.
Now, as a note, I'm also turning my HUD off. So this is not just for their benefit. This is for my benefit as well. And this is a challenge.
This is a traditional challenge you do on your.
And say that
Exactly.
you were like, oh yeah, I'm totally playing without a HUD.
Yep. Nope. So I am. This is a traditional challenge that my viewers give me pretty often when we play or when I play, and I do not have any marker or anything along those lines on my side that would assist me in any way. Yeah.
It looks like Riley Hollister's joining us live for the first time. Welcome to the chat.
Wild card, yes, I am flying blind. I may as well take my glasses off because for as effective as I'm going to be today.
Now I'll be using some of your new Zed Hunter items. I'll be using the repeating crossbow, which is the
That's what we got too.
10-shot crossbow. Nice, very nice.
Not that you can tell with no HUD.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's your character. Fall down.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me. How's it going?
Hi. It's a sweet hoodie you got.
I know. I love it. It's the best one that I found, and the sword I think goes with it as well, because it is the skull bastard sword.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh no worries.
When I saw those go in game, I figured we should stop making games and just start being a hoodie company because we'd probably do a lot better.
Oh, you would sell 100 of these. You would sell thousands of them. They're so cool.
So Bilbo says that your T-shirt looks like it came from Canadian Black Ops.
It's actually the Canadian Royal Air Force.
Oh, it is?
Insignia.
Oh,
yeah.
wow, that's not too bad actually. It's not too close, not too far away from
There you
what
go.
he said. I of course am wearing my Moonrise colors. Some old school. It's an old school Undead Labs deep cut.
Nice. And I'm wearing a Patriots shirt.
Oh
man.
I'm from Boston.
Stream's over.
And hello, Asgard. How's it going, buddy?
We've got at least one Patriots fan in the office here, I think, don't we?
Oh yes.
He's got one who just everyone glares at periodically.
Just one.
Nobody likes him.
Where is? Oh, there it is.
Wildcard has a character with the Undead Labs Letterman's jacket. Nice. I don't think
Very
I've
nice.
even gotten that one before.
Late chronon.
What?
Does the repeating crossbow
Late
pierce
Chrononaut.
without sharpshooting? If you headshot a standard zombie, it can, but it doesn't very often.
Yeah, because these are the light bolts, right? They
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I think the sniper crossbow with the normal bolts that can pierce, right? But the light one, it's more about turning them into little pin cushions,
Exactly.
little Hellraiser characters.
All right, now I got to stay close to you because without a HUD, I can't follow you.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I mean we're attached at the hip today.
I guess you
because-
could look at the map for reference.
Yep, you can look at the map.
Oh,
So we
we're
have,
actually allowed to do that.
Oh yeah, you can look at the map. You can look at the map.
Well, good, because that's how we're going to find infestations. So our goal today is
Exactly.
going to be to take out some infestations because we got way too many.
So just for the record, I enjoy watching Fall Down Go Boom streams because of the rules. I'm not gonna sign on for this is how I like to play. Okay, so
This is your trial by fire.
we're
a
gonna
bunch
be
right nearby.
we're gonna be plenty busy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Should we just start, or
I mean,
should we wait until?
Oh yeah, go ahead and just get started. We can join the process midstream, as it were.
Am I allowed to put a marker down, and does it even show?
Let's try.
It will show on the map. It won't show on your screen. And if this is too painful for everyone, we can let Brant turn his HUD back on, or at least the mini map.
We'll give it a try.
You know what? You could let Brant turn the mini map on.
No,
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna roll with it this way
All right.
and see
All right.
just how bad I am.
Yeah. How badly do you know the map that you worked in for years? All right, but we know. Yeah, we're headed down the road. We know where that is. We got a.
Oh, there's no way to tell how much gas I have.
There's not.
You're just gonna run out.
If you map over it, Han Solo Dolo, how's it going, buddy? Yep, no mini map, no HUD. That's right, Riff Raff. We're using fall down rules today.
So I gotta say, Fall Down is already much better than I am at keeping track of the chat. Though, in my defense, the chat is way over here from me, and I don't have the best vision in the world. So I'll be doing my best to be responding. But luckily, we got Fall Down, who is a professional. The rest, I don't know what that says about me and Brant, but.
Okay, so
So if you open the map and you mouse over the vehicle, it'll actually show you how much fuel you have. That's
Nice little cheat.
that's what I have to do.
we got lots of fuel. We're
Yeah,
good.
Half a
Oh,
tank.
We're
A
good.
little more than half a tank.
I mean,
Exactly, social. This is a day in the life of Fall Down. Exactly.
So thanks for hosting, Hero Best.
okay, now let's see. I'm actually pointed in the right direction.
Ah. So the characters just I think randomly say "step on it, kid" and lines like that. But it sometimes feels like they're saying it specifically about when they see a juggernaut.
They do, I think. They do.
Oh, and there's a feral here too, so that's
Oh, no.
good.
Yep, let's get out and kill him.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, hi,
I
Johnny
outfitted this
Feral.
character so nicely, and you're just gonna get him killed.
Yep.
Oh, turn your flashlight on. There we go. Oh. Whoa.
Hey, look, Feral.
Yeah, he's chewing on my sweetbreads as we speak.
So for those of you who are just joining us, in 8 minutes, we're actually going to start the proper stream. Right now, we're just doing our best to get warmed up. Brant is playing without the HUD because we got Fall Down Go Boom here as our guest, and that's how Fall Down plays. And so
Exactly.
we're trying to match what he can do.
It
but
may
it's
be a new
rough.
record that I die before the stream even starts.
So here's the problem: how do you figure out what consumables
Items.
you can use? You got to
don't.
open your inventory.
You don't. You have to open your inventory. You have to figure out which item is in which location in your inventory. And it actually does have a general pattern.
Oh,
So the first
really?
item that you put into your inventory will normally be the first item that you're selected. But occasionally that doesn't work. So sometimes you end up throwing Molotovs at yourself when you want to actually heal.
This is going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was about to say, this is a great time to use a distraction or a Molotov or something, but
Yep. But you don't know if you have them or not.
yeah, so I loaded this character up with some useful stuff, but putting us in a bad way.
No worries. No worries.
So
All right, I'm heading into the building right now, Brent. I just want to take a quick look here and see if.
yeah, materials especially would be most useful to my community right now.
Yep.
So let's see here. Wildcard says that gunslinger, close combat, and light crossbow is the jam. So you can reload the crossbow faster, collect all those bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of going into survivalist mode.
Exactly.
This is insane.
Hansel Adolo is pointing out that I spent a bunch of time with him and a few other people yesterday setting this community back up again, getting it back on its feet after Daisy and I completely demolished it last week.
Daisy was like the harbinger of doom for your...
Oh, I have a signal antenna for you if you want it.
Well, there's no way we could set it up because we can't see it.
Hey, look, you know, it's there. You could do it.
Leon Anagers, that's a very long comment that you just made, and I don't think I could probably do it justice here, but I believe you're on our Discord, right? You should contact me if you've got something you want to go through.
Okay, my guy's complaining about...
What's he complaining about?
Oh, things are heavy.
Things are heavy. I wish that wasn't true. Why do
Jeez.
things have to be heavy?
Kinda hurt. I need a medical walkthrough. Yeah, I got a few tricks that might ease the pain.
Oh man, how's it going, Big Red? What's up, bud?
Okay.
Welcome to the stream, everyone. It's awesome.
So what's your trick with the inventory?
So my trick with the inventory for quick swapping, do you mean?
Just to
just
use
in
items.
general. To use items. So the
So-
first thing that's that you put in is generally the first thing that's there. So for example, on my side, I have a shot of espresso, 3 painkillers, and 3 bags of snacks. If I used an item right now, it would be the shot of espresso because it's closest to the top.
All right, so
That is generally how it works.
you can probably
But-
use the painkillers from your inventory if you need to. The other stuff, though, you can't use. Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to be careful.
And you
So-
can tab over to see your health if you want to on your character sheet.
Exactly.
I am going to apologize ahead of time. I have a lot of fire weapons with me today. And without the HUD, I'm either going to throw like a box of screws at them or burn us alive. That's
You
the
know what?
two,
That's fine.
that's the two
That's fine.
options we
Everything
have
is
at this
fine.
point.
So that one guy asks, have you guys given more thought to difficulty changes? Have you seen anything on the Reddit post that looks doable or that you like? So Brand and I are not formally on the difficulty team, and so we're not the ones who are going through that Reddit post and other sources with a fine-tooth comb trying to find the best ideas and the best approaches. But there is a team out there doing that right now, and they're making a lot of progress. I know that. Brant and I have both played some of the stuff that they're working on, and we can't talk about the details. We think you'll be, I think you'll be satisfied that the game got harder. But we can't share any more details than that right now. And we
Yeah,
got 3 minutes until the proper stream starts.
Very much a work in progress.
Yeah. And that's it. There's one reason why we don't usually share details, why we don't show stuff prematurely, is because it's a work in progress and anything can change.
We have
right
no
now.
idea how it's going to end up.
Yeah. So we're still working on it, or folks around here are still working on it. We're still playing it.
You want to know one of the most fun things about playing with no HUD?
What's that?
You can't see your crossbow bolts on the ground. There's no icon.
Oh yeah, you just have to see the actual bolts,
You just have
right?
to see the actual bolt.
Here,
Exactly.
I'm gonna drop some for you though, because I've been
Wow.
picking yours up.
Ooh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, 2 minutes till the proper stream starts.
Awesome.
So, did we clear that?
Oh yeah. There's one. Oh, missed it. There
That's okay. I got him with my expert shooting with no HUD.
we go. Well done. See,
Uh,
Brant, it's not even hard.
It was a contact shot. I actually had my crossbow resting on his nose when I fired.
So
I know. I saw. It was still impressive. Still impressive.
Death Hour wants to know: is this going to be our last stream before Christmas? No, we are planning on doing one more stream this year before the Christmas holiday. So the 19th, come back here, and hopefully we'll have something cool to talk about then. And maybe because it's Christmas, we might give away a few extra prizes that time than usual. So definitely show up a week from now. I think you'll be happy. Let's see here. And folks are asking if we've got a roadmap for future DLC. We're still working on a lot of the details of that. I know that we've announced that we're going to do some kind of difficulty augmentation in the next year, and we're going to return to Trumbull Valley.
I will answer that. We
Next
have a
year.
roadmap right now that is as clear as the HUD is at this point.
So we're still working on the details. We don't have release dates, and a lot of the stuff we're doing is work in progress. So we don't have anything that any new information we can share with you about that. But I'm glad you're excited. We're excited too. We're extra excited to know what we'll be doing for the next, for the next 6 to 12 months. So yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Remotely Peachy says that you should dress up as Santa for the Christmas stream.
Hi, remotely.
Very nice.
That's all he has to say about that. 1 minute until we start for reals.
Santa jugs. Santa
Santa
juggernauts
jugs would be amazing.
That would be.
horrify children across the world.
Am I going the right way? Yes.
You are. Go up the hill. And you
Oh.
can't go through that fence. Go
No.
around it. You'll be fine.
I'm well aware because I actually had to replace the breakable version of that fence with the non-breakable version right before we
Nice.
shipped.
All right. Yep. Stop right here. We're right in the middle of two of them.
Oh,
And hey,
perfect.
let's get the proper stream started before you get into
Okay.
into combat. You guys ready?
Okay.
Yeah, I hope
Yep.
so.
Let's go. Okay, you guys can go ahead and defend yourselves.
Yep.
We'll get this started for real. Hello there. Welcome to the State of Decay 2 stream. I'm your host, Jeffrey Card. But more importantly, right here we've got FallDownGoBoom.
How's it going, everyone?
He is our guest. He's coming here to us over Skype, and he is bringing with him some of the insane rules that he likes to play by. Also, we got Brant Fitzgerald here on the
Hi.
controller, who's suffering through some of the challenges.
I honestly, I've been playing this for like a minute and a half, and I already realized that I'm so far. Oh, good. I just placed some sort of a device. I don't know what it does.
So what we're doing is Fall Down on his stream at FallDown, twitch.tv/FallDownGoBoom. He actually usually plays with no HUD. He follows whatever rules his audience gives him, and lately they've been pushing him to play with no HUD, no reticle, no minimap, and so he has challenged us to give that a try.
Oh.
So the problem here is Brent has no idea what item he's going to drop whenever he presses the right bumper.
Not a clue.
So
Yep.
that time it was a whistling box mine, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
I
and
wasn't paying attention.
I know I still have some flame weapons in here somewhere.
It's all right. It'll just make it more fun for us.
Don't know what that was.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool people in the chat here. We've got Riley Hollister joining us for the first time. Blaze Experience is in there. Asgard's in
Nice.
there. Han Solo Dolo, a bunch of other people. K-Sizzle. It's good to see all y'all.
I just learned today what K Sizzle's the actual pronunciation of his name is.
Oh, is it not
It's
K
K
Sizzle?
Taco.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Well, that makes
Really?
sense.
It's because he loves tacos more than anything else in the entire world.
Well, that makes sense. It's kind of like that old Monty Python sketch where
It's a fact.
where the guy's name was spelled Yatched, but it was pronounced Throat
Oh
Wall Domain
God!
Grove.
I just
Oh
dropped.
God, what have you done?
I don't know.
What's happening?
This is the thing. I don't know what I did.
I know you put down another whistler.
No big deal.
Okay.
So okay, it looks like you guys have cleared out these infestations.
Yeah. Let's head up to this one.
All right.
So in the wake of last week's stream, which was disastrous for my community, these guys are trying to pick up the pieces. So we've got way
You're
too many
driving,
infestations.
by the way.
We're
Yep.
low on
All right.
materials.
Because I don't. We'll end up on a completely different map if I drive right
Yeah,
now.
where are we headed? All right, no problem.
Foamy DC asks if we're going to add Christmas-themed zombies. I think there's parts of the community that would not forgive us if we did that. No, that isn't in the plan. But that doesn't mean there's going to be nothing going on around Christmas. So definitely stay tuned for for anything we might announce in the next little while.
Real
Nice.
quick.
At the very least, we're going to do an awesome stream on right before Christmas on the 19th. Yes, Brant?
Just want to give shout outs to all the 10,000 different streams we're running in right now. Thanks to everybody for showing up. We got some of our usual suspects and a bunch of people I don't recognize, but thanks everybody for joining us. I also want to give a quick shout out to the ongoing Undead Trials.
Trials.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about that. So Fallout, Fall Down. I keep calling you Fallout, but that's a different. Yeah,
No worries.
Fallout.
Here too. Hi, Fallout.
Hey, Fallout girl. But I got so used to talking to Fallout that I'm gonna keep calling you that. Sorry, Fall Down.
All good. All good.
But so you got, because you're already a champion, you got to buy in the
Oh, I
first
just did
round
it again.
of the
I
Undead
did.
Trials. So
I did.
you have yet to compete. So you're looking forward to your time.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Is-
My
is that
my
this- is that this
time-
evening?
10 o'clock tonight. Yep.
10 o'clock, is that Eastern time?
That is Eastern time. Yep.
Okay, so only a
And,
few hours away.
Exactly. It's just a couple hours away. I spent, a good chunk of yesterday evening kind of getting this community back together and making sure that I was able to have a character that was ready to compete.
Well, let's make sure that we get
Oh,
that
God,
character
it's
as killed as possible.
Well, this isn't the only one.
Okay, good.
Get down.
Wow.
It's a bad puppy.
How do you even do that?
So, for those of you who, for those of our audience that don't actually know what Undead Trials are, do you want to explain it real quick, Fall Down?
Sure. So what it is it is a tournament that's being organized by a few really awesome members of our community, and Cases and Mr. Dart and Blaze. And what it consists of is it was open for anyone who played this game could sign up and take part in it. And it is
It's like a tournament, right? Like double
it is
elimination
a tournament.
tournament?
Yes, it is a specific tournament where you would sign in and you would join a game. The ref would host, and then you'd have yourself and two others. And it's a mini game, so you will be going up against the other participants in mini games of the ref's choice. If you get the most points out of those mini games, you move on. That kind of thing.
Cool.
But it started on, I believe it was Saturday, and is going to be going. We're in the second round right now, and the second round ends tonight. I believe the competitors after me are the last ones that are going, and then we'll continue, and it'll keep going until there's one final champion, and they're going to get a whole bunch of cool swag, a bunch of Undead Lab stuff that you have very kindly offered for us to give away, or for them to give away.
I've also offered to do an original piece of Brant artwork.
Oh, wow.
There's a reason why I'm not art director. But
So not the grandest prize, but
well, come on.
well, I posted in the I posted in the chat a link to the Undead Trials Discord. If anybody wants to go there to sort of check out what's going on, be kept abreast of the of developments, because they can't plan the schedule in advance, too far in advance, because they don't know who's going to win, right? And so you've got to organize each match. Derek Blaze has been putting a ton of work into keeping this thing going.
Blaze experience.
And as Cases says in Twitch right now, it's actually Undead Trials 2.
Oh, that's right.
Undead
This is
Trials
the second one.
Was about a month and a half ago.
And that one was all Daybreak focused, but this one is in the base game.
Yeah,
Correct.
just before we started, I was watching remotely Peachy, in one of her trials, and that was a lot of fun. I try and catch as many as I can. I don't get them all because I actually do have to work. But it's been so much fun watching the community, come up with that, manage it, do it. It's just been great.
Well, I'm really excited to see what that grand prize turns out to be. So
Oh, me too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to share that with more than just the winner. We're gonna have to post that someplace.
Oh yeah, we need to milk every bit of promotion out of somebody else's hard work as we possibly can. Let's go someplace really dangerous.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna jump in back. You're driving because again, this is your world, not mine.
All right.
So how do your streams usually work, Fall Down? Like you said, you take requests from your audience, but are there rules about what kinds of requests they can submit to you and how it all goes?
So how it works is when I first start off a new community, it's open season. Anyone who's on at the time, whether they're a follower, whether they're a subscriber, it's their first time in, they get to just pile on the rules, whatever they want it to be, whether it's melee only or blunt weapons only, pistols, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that point, that'll be open, as I'm setting things up with the legacy bonuses and character selection, all that. Like everything is chosen by the people that are viewing.
Wow.
There's not a single part of it that is controlled by me, because I want it to nice toss.
I was throwing it at you.
Yeah,
No, I appreciate that.
you threw it over the heads of every single zombie. That was amazing.
No, I threw them at the zombies that were still in the house. Come on.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. I'm an expert.
It's a perfect toss. And so what ends up happening is that'll be the rule set that I start with. After that point, I have a zombie kill count that I keep track of on the stream, and that'll appear kind of like, if this was my stream, it would be like up there.
Yeah.
And every zombie that I personally kill goes up. The kill counter goes up. Depending on the rule set, if it's like melee only with no weapons, no explosives, then every 100 zombie kills that I do is another audience participation where someone can add in a new rule, or edit a rule, or change something.
Oh, wow.
And they can be anything. They can be. I think the most brutal one that we had was someone suggested that I have to I am legend for an hour.
That means solo?
That means kick everyone out or kill everyone in your community except for one chosen person, and then
Wow.
survive for basically the rest of the stream. Yeah.
How long is that? How long do you usually stream for?
So I stream for a few hours. It depends on what day it is. On Mondays, I'll stream for generally like 3 hours. Wednesdays about 3 or 4 hours, and then Fridays and Saturdays really as long as I am awake and able to function without falling over. When I start getting gnawed by normal zombies over and over and over again, it's about that point that I say, okay, this is getting a little serious, and we're gonna start losing some people. So I might end it at that point, but it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday are my normal stream days,
and that's in the evenings, Eastern time.
That is correct.
All right. Well, if people want to check that out,
yeah, it'd be awesome.
I love watching your streams, but it's also like an exercise in pain, because every time one of your viewers comes up with just another cruel rule, I just like, how is this possible?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The most recent rule on the enclave or the community that I'm running right now is anyone that gets bitten by a zombie has to die. So that's a very specific zombie move, and you guys all know it. It's when they come up from behind you and they grab you and all that stuff. But
brutal.
if that happens at any time, it doesn't matter what kind of zombie it is. It doesn't matter if it's a single guy and I'm just kind of standing here or what. Like, that character has to die.
Wow.
So, yeah, that led to some very, very quick turnaround in that community. We accepted some new people, and they just kept coming. It's like, you would assume this is a small town. You would assume that they would at least hear rumors of this community where people just die, and maybe go to someone else. But no, they're so friendly, and they're like, "Oh, we heard you need people." I'm like, "I do."
It's like they're lining up to walk the plank or something.
Exactly, and scar-proof. That is correct. So that is in combination with the other rule that is in effect for that run, which is no dodging of any kind.
What?
So,
how can you possibly?
Like I said, it's painful to watch. It is. It's actually really hard to watch.
Bloater. Oh God. Don't do this. Late Chrononaut. How do I kill them after the bite? It really depends. It depends on what I'm doing, where I am. If I'm near the base, then I'll go find a Juggernaut and melee him and just let him rip me apart. If I'm near a play cart, just run in there and they die. I mean, it really depends on kind of where we are on the map.
So we had a lot of folks in the chat talking about how much they love watching your streams. It takes again a lot of the folks in our chat. They already like State of Decay, but you take it to an entirely new level and make it more entertaining than it has to be, which is it's quite a feat. So yeah, we really appreciate the work that you're doing, making our game look good.
That makes me feel good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well,
the rules are a little crazy right now. But
I got a whole bunch more stuff that's going to hurt us bad if I use it.
Oh, by the way, Blaze Experience wants to know, how do you make that zombie kill counter work? What you got set up over there?
So it's actually pretty easy. There is an add-on that you can find for OBS, or I actually don't know if it's for OBS, but it's called a death kill counter. And what it is it is an independent system that I have open. It's like a little window that I have open while I'm streaming, and I key that to the overview, and then I've programmed my plus key and my minus key to be the incremental. And since plus and minus aren't used in State of Decay, it just
Oh.
it was a natural. It was a natural key choice. I didn't have to, rebind anything or something along those lines.
That makes sense.
And then for me, I also have a hearts killed counter as well, and I use the star key, the asterisk, to tab through that as well.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Got a whole setup there. Yeah. Because I stream a little bit in my spare time, and I'm always just like impressed when I see some of the ridiculous setups that people have with the add-ons that they figured out and the stuff they've figured out how to put on the screen. I mean, I can tell I'm sitting here with my, inexpert setup. I'm ruining your whole chroma key thing that you've got going on at your place. Because normally you're just a floating head on your stream.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
But I'm not doing that over here because I'm not nearly as professional. So you just got the blue background.
Behind the screen is a playroom that my children destroy on a nightly basis. So it's one of those situations where you could see this, or you could see the pile of Legos that they've dumped out of the the container crates and
on my stream, it's the pile of Legos. I don't have the curtain back there. So it's my office, which has got just piles of books and papers everywhere, and then that's also like one of the biggest open flat surfaces in my house is the floor of the office. And so whenever my middle daughter gets an art project in her head, that's where it happens. And so we'll have like one day she decided to make fish, and so she's just like paper fish carpeting the entire floor when I got home from work. So yeah,
nice.
So that's what people have in store when they go to my stream. Not that they should go to yours.
Oh, there's enough love to go around. So Brant, do you want your HUD back?
No.
Good. That's the right answer.
Now he's stubborn about it.
I did get a weapon with much higher fire rate though, because I need it.
That's fine. I'll switch over. I'll go from crossbow to an actual gun. All right, let's see. What do we want to use? We will use. Just be aware that without the HUD, you can't tell if you're using automatic or single shot until after you fire.
Good point.
This is my safety.
So.
Nope.
So with all of these crazy rules and stuff that you end up having to follow, like what is probably the most badass accomplishment that you've made in State of Decay? So I've watched you headshot from one rooftop, headshot both a feral and a juggernaut with a crossbow, killing them both with no HUD. That's only one thing though. I haven't watched a lot of your stuff. So like what else have you done? Is that the top, or is there a pinnacle higher than that?
I mean, that was pretty high because that was the first time the no HUD challenge happened.
Oh, so you were not an old hand at that yet?
No. And late Chronaut, yes. Legos are amazing. I still play them.
Yeah.
All right, so that's there we go. All right, cool. I just needed to set it up so that it was on single shot.
My kids aren't.
I mean, that's gotta be pretty close to the top. Other than that, I mean, we're talking about if we go back to Undead Trials 1. Beating, it's just all of the challenges in that were crazy.
Because that was all about beating rounds of day, or beating Daybreak with restrictions on yourself, right? Because beating Daybreak without ever using a gun, or beating Daybreak without ever losing a wall, or something like that.
Yep. There were a whole bunch of them. There was beating Daybreak without losing a wall, beating Daybreak using only guns, no close combat or melee allowed, no explosives. A whole bunch of different stuff. So that was also very, very fun. Like getting that win was pretty huge for me. But Blaze says, how about a Lego State of Decay game?
I was about to say, my kids aren't quite as much into Legos as I was because I didn't have Minecraft when I was their age. But yeah, so my kids, when they get that sort of like, I want to build some crazy thing out of bricks mood, they usually go to Minecraft instead of Legos. Which is, so we still got a ton of Legos, though. They're just piled in a closet somewhere, and they usually don't get them out. Which is fine by me, because Minecraft does not make a mess. You turn it off, and it's gone. The only mess is when they destroy the couch jumping around while they're playing.
That's true. Oh, wait a minute. We have a big juggy friend down there.
Oh well, we should definitely avoid him like the plague.
Oh no. I think the audience would want us to go down there with no HUD and take him out. Oh, I'm still in burst mode.
So
2 juggernauts.
Oh,
whoa!
Yes.
What? And no HUD to be sure you're even getting the headshots.
Get headshot.
Oh, at least you're playing Wexler. He's our red talent badass. Oh man.
No worries. We got this. Watch button.
So, while these guys are absorbed with the juggernauts, Leon Anagers had a question. He asked if there was, he'd heard that there was a special trader that only shows up on weekends. Yes, that's true. He shows up, I think, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they'll stay in your world for like a few hours of in-game time, and they sell some of the rarest stuff in the game. So definitely keep your eyes open for that when you're playing Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
There we go. See, it wasn't even hard. Come on.
I don't want to know what my hit percentage was with my shots fired.
It was great. I can tell you, it was perfect. You did a great job.
Yeah, 100%, no problem.
100% hit rate. I'm gonna go back in and change out guns because I fired a lot of bullets.
Okay.
But yeah, so I actually had a question for you guys, if you don't mind.
Please,
yeah.
And this is kind of like an open question. Just so you know, I'm not going to be asking about future content or anything like that. But if you guys had the ability to just instantaneously, anytime, just right now, add something to the game or change something to the game, what would it be?
Oh boy.
That's my Admiral Akbar in my head is going, it's a trap!
Yeah, I mean, it could be, depending on how people take it. But I'm just curious, like, would you add helicopters? That'd be cool.
Actually, that's about the last thing I would add, and I'm not being flip. It's our game relies on
travel time.
Yeah,
and
difficulty of movement and the cost associated with it, and also it. At best, I don't know if anyone is a private pilot or has been in the military. It costs thousands of dollars an hour to fly a helicopter, to keep a helicopter flying. So let alone having access to the right kind of fuel, and it would just be a nightmare for us to try and make that fit in our world. But also, our maps are not prepared for having the ability to see that far.
Yeah, I think most of my dreams for the game have a lot more to do with things I would do in the next iteration in the franchise. It's like, oh man, if I could just start completely over with everything I've learned, how would characters be now? Or how would morale work if I could start over knowing everything we learned from implementing morale the first time?
Right.
And so most of my thoughts are along that. It's not about necessarily adding something completely brand new to the game. It's about taking all the feedback we've gotten, all the experiences we've had playing the game, and the experiences we've had developing the game, and making a better version of something that already exists.
Yeah, my answer to that is I would have shipped with a breakdown mode. Like breakdown as an explicit part of that release.
Makes sense.
We originally had attempted to make the base game feel or have a lot more of the breakdown elements to it, so that we wouldn't have to do a separate mode for that. I think we were successful in some aspects of it, and some we weren't. Live and learn. So
Right.
we'll continue to. Oh, I filled up a different car. Let's see.
I filled up your truck. No worries.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I repaired the little car.
All right.
This one has a special door. I mean, do you like? I'm gonna ride this way anyways.
Nice. You should.
You're driving, so
Give us a little bit more air.
yeah.
So Scarproof suggested a collapsible bicycle you can put in the trunk. Would be their addition. That sounds pretty good. I think having bicycles and motorcycles is something we get requests for a lot. It definitely, the physics are very different from the way, the physics you need for a car, and it has a high animation cost too. So it's not the kind of thing that's very realistic for us to say add to the game right now. But it is, people love watching, Daryl Dixon riding a motorcycle.
Farrell too.
Yep, I got him. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. Whoa. Did you headshot that Farrell?
He did.
Oh, nice. Jack Smith suggested another favorite request people have is outfits as loot items that you can put on. That was actually.
Oh, that would be huge.
Yeah, that was something that we had in our sort of some of our early plans, and there was a wide variety of reasons why that wasn't able to be a part of State of Decay 2. Some of them choices, some of them design choices, and some of them technical feasibility. But that's the kind of thing that we would love to consider for the future sometime. Again, I can't make any promises. We don't even know what the future of this franchise looks like looking too far down the line. But that is a favorite one. So yeah, thanks for mentioning that one.
This zombie does not want to come off this door.
Late Chrononaut points out, by the way, that you can actually put a bicycle in the back of your truck. There is the bike generator item, which you could totally load in the back of the truck.
See?
You can't ride the bicycle around.
Confirmed already for State of Decay 2.
You technically have a bike
Nice.
back there.
All right, so we got a bunch of friends that are going to come out and visit us here.
All right, I'm gonna just start using my my random.
Your random items?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not sure what they are.
So
Oh, there was a health.
SXO
I don't know what that is either.
SXO says that they've heard that Green Army uniforms are coming back to the game. That is not an official thing that we've said. It is something that people have been asking for a long time, and we've made sort of positive noises towards it. We like the idea. It was a technical issue that caused us to have to withdraw those originally, and it would take some content work to be able to bring them back. But that is something that we like, but it is not something that we've promised. So I want to be very clear about that. That we like the idea. We would love to do that to put more Army uniforms, recruitable Army type characters into the game. But it remains to be seen whether or not we can actually pull that off. So I want to set people's expectations at an appropriate level.
Now, along those lines, and considering the questions that are coming in, like, how do you guys balance the kind of requirements of Overlord Microsoft and what you guys want to do, and kind of the requests from us, the players in general? Like, is there anything that goes into that, or
we've had very little coming in from Overlord Microsoft. Like we're really not making. I mean, they want the game to be successful. That's important to them. But how you achieve success, there's so much room to sort of determine your strategy for making a successful game. They do give us a lot of creative freedom to
nice.
Explore the direction we want to.
Yeah, one of the, and this might be going a little bit more into it than we need to, but
Oh, please say whatever you want, Brad.
no. Recently, Matt Booty was promoted up to head of games.
Head of something. He's in charge.
He's directly in charge of.
Whatever division includes us.
Yeah, and he was a big part in driving the purchase of all the studios that they did, including ourselves. He came from a QA background, worked his way up. He knows what it's like to make games, and their philosophy has changed over the years to one today, which I'm wholeheartedly embracing, which is, yeah, we kind of know how to make games, and they're just facilitating us doing the best we can at that, which shockingly is often not what it feels like to work with a publisher sometimes, right?
Yeah.
That was way less scary commentary than I was afraid you were going to get into.
No,
He's a professional. Come on now.
Yeah, no, he is.
I can actually be diplomatic at times too. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. So in my entire history of working with Microsoft, which spans 15 years now, in various forms,
Physics.
this has been. I'm so excited for the support and trust that they have in us now than ever before, actually.
That's awesome.
So As far as
thank you for being candid. That's
yeah, no, I think one of the things that's nice about working at Undead Labs is that they let us be more candid than we typically would be at any other studio. I mean, I've never seen a studio that gave this much trust to just. I mean, Brant and I are just a couple of random developers. We're not like professional streamers or something who've been called in to do this. I'm just a designer. He's just an artist, and we just sort of we do this because we love it. And Undead Labs really supports us getting involved with the community, talking to people. And so, so Brant and I actually hear a lot of like the community feedback that we get. We hear a lot of it firsthand from people who contact us directly on Twitter, on Discord, and we're not the only people. Obviously, we've got Megan, who's in the chat right now. Is our social media manager, and she
none of
pays
this
a
would
lot of
happen
attention
without
to
Megan anymore. we need
Thank
that.
you, Megan.
But we get to hear a lot of this stuff firsthand, and there's been lots of occasions where it's where our priorities, like when we're updating the game and expanding the game, where our priorities have been shaped by what the conversation was, amongst the community. There was this time very recently, I was working on a future update, and
We have friends here.
and I had to rebalance a feature of the game. And I won't go into the details right now. Sometime soon we'll be able to talk about it all in detail. But I was rebalancing a feature of the game, and I was worried that it involved making some things more powerful, some things less powerful. And when you're nerfing something, you really want to be careful about that, because people have gotten, people have built communities around the way things currently work, and they've got commitments, and
These guys hate us, by the way, and they're going to try and kill us.
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay.
Just
but and so I actually.
God.
I went on Discord, and it's great. We have our Discord. I went on Discord, and I just put a public, thing up there saying, "Hey, I'm about to work on a thing like this. Could I run some ideas past you guys?" And so a few people in the community volunteered, and I ran some ideas by them and changed the entire approach that I was taking based on the feedback that they gave me on like what types of balance changes would be appropriate, what types would be annoying, and came up with a more complicated plan than I originally had, but one that I think is going to be way more palatable to the community. And so that's because we've got these open channels of communication, and I didn't have to ask somebody's permission to do that. I just went to the Discord and did it, right? Because that's the kind of trust that they have in us over here, which is it's extremely rare in the corporate world for anybody at our level of a company to be trusted with that kind of interaction with the audience. So this is a great place to work because of all these things we're talking about.
Which brings me into the next question. You're segueing my question so well. It's like we planned this, but we actually didn't.
Yeah.
So what if someone wanted to work at Undead Labs?
I mean, we've got a jobs page right
we're
now.
so stuck up. We don't. we
We're
don't accept people anymore.
We're not yet posting a ton of job openings. I think eventually, we are probably going to get bigger before we get smaller. But the real question is...
Let's hope.
Let's hope, yeah,
Hope.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, whenever...
By smaller he means we hope we get bigger before we
fire Brant.
fold our company or something.
Oh, no, I just meant fire Brant. That's all I meant.
That happened so long ago.
Anyway, we're hoping that we'll get bigger, and so at some point we're going to be posting job openings. However, most of the folks that work here have worked in the industry for a really long time. There aren't typically a lot of entry-level positions, so if somebody is looking for their very first job in the game industry, this is not usually the place where you find it. A couple of rare cases, but not usually. This is, they've put a lot of work into trying to, like I said, the company shows us a lot of trust, and one of the reasons they show a lot of trust to their employees is because they tend to hire veterans. They tend to hire people who've been in the industry for 10, 15 years. I think I had 11 years in the industry when I was hired here, and you had significantly longer because
1,000.
You're an old man. And so, it's... and so I don't want to give people. I would say, yeah, we are going to grow. I don't want to give people a ton of hope that this is where you're going to get your your initial start in the game industry. There's no way. Back in 2003 when I first started out, I wasn't going to get hired by this place. I got hired by another place that was making games based on kids movies and kids TV shows. Huh?
Bring the car? All right.
So
Let's go, P1.
So I worked on a Samurai Jack
Hey,
game.
P1.
Worked on a Shark Tale game.
Samurai Jack game.
Samurai
What?
Jack. That is how old school I am.
Nice. Nice.
So don't ever play it. It was the worst. But
Oh yeah, no, I won't be doing that. But the concept is awesome.
yeah. In theory, that sounded like it could have been a really good game, and my life is full of regret forever because it was my first game, and I certainly didn't contribute a lot of great things to it. So. Anyway, the point is, yeah. So, but at some point we are going to grow. So, if there are folks out there who, have been in the industry for a while and are really interested in, getting involved, I mean, there's going to be opportunities down the line. Just not quite yet. We're still figuring out a lot of things about the future.
Awesome. Thank you again.
That being said, Fall Down, you have a job here.
Oh, holy crap. Big Red played the Samurai Jack game. I am so embarrassed. I'm so sorry, Big Red.
Wow.
I wish that had been better.
So the question is, how many people played Blue's Clues Birthday Adventure?
Which was one of your early, resume builders.
That was my first industry job.
That is awesome.
Nice.
So actually, I gotta say, so when I first applied here, I had mostly worked. I worked at a couple of companies, all in the same building, because it just kept getting bought by different people and told to do different things. So it's like I'd worked for different companies, but really I'd just been at the same place for 11 years. But I was nervous about my resume because. I made so many weird, bad games, and I was like, are these guys, these guys are all, a lot of these folks, they've worked at Valve and Bungie and ArenaNet, lots of people from ArenaNet, big-time professionals. And I'm like, I made these weird games. Probably the most successful game to my name was, like, Deer Hunter 2014 on iPhones. And I was like, But then, Brant was in that interview, and he was like, and he mentioned, my first game was Blue's Clues. And I was like, Oh, that's right. Not everybody came from the best thing they've done. Not everybody. Everybody has got stuff on their resume where they're like, oh yeah, I was new, I was starting out, I was still figuring out what I was doing. I
don't know what you're talking about. Blue's Clues is the most highly rated game I've ever worked on.
That
A clue.
Probably a small sample size of reviews.
And they were all 6 years old, but. I'm taking it.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
take those 5-star reviews.
Yeah, no, the Shark Tale game that I worked on was kind of embarrassing, but there was like a website that was like Dad Gamers or something like that, reviewing games for children from the perspective of their parents, and the person really understood what we were trying to do, and was really nice and positive about it. And even though most review sites just didn't even care that game existed, and we didn't get any reviews. This guy was really nice, and it really made my day and made me feel like, my job was worthwhile, even though I wasn't making the, big-time AAA games.
These guys were all in the bathroom or something. They just showed up.
Well,
It's like they spawned in.
You gotta go. What is it? Rule number 3: avoid bathrooms from Zombieland. I don't remember. Rule number 4.
It was one of them.
It was one of them.
So Leon Anagers is asking, are we ever going to get to demote leaders rather than killing them off?
Good question.
That is very high on my personal priority list. And we've got, unfortunately, the thing about that is it takes a lot of different people from across a team to make changes in that particular spot. And so, we need to, it takes some coordination to make that thing happen. And so I'm working on trying to figure out how we can get that done, because I agree with you. That's kind of a glaring absence. It's a kind of a gap in our system. We originally planned to have it. It was in all of our early design documents about leaders, and we just simply didn't have time to get to it. But we recognize that as a gap, and so it's near the top of our priority list for future updates. We just not any very recent patches. We're working on stuff for the future, but. Yeah, the last patch we did was 5.0, which is a couple weeks ago. So a few weeks ago. So
I'm getting confused with like different Slack streams.
Well, yeah, we've got so many we've got multiple projects in the works here right now. All of them augmentations to State of Decay 2, happening all parallel, and so it's hard to keep track of what version of the game is live right now.
I'm gonna drop off a rock for you to hold for me.
Watch it.
Careful.
Oh god. And of course, that's the time that I missed twice.
If you could grab it, yeah.
And you want me to break this, right?
You can do whatever you want with it. I just wanted to drop it off for you.
Oh, man.
We're supposedly trying to keep, unlike the precedent that Daisy set last week, we're actually trying to have
Keep characters
Jeffrey's
alive.
Jeffrey's community
What?
thriving.
Trying to leave it better than you found it, like Boy
Yeah.
Scouts.
That's right.
Right. Oh, man.
Don't get me
Monty
wrong.
and the folks in Mixer, I agree completely. I love that map.
What a shot!
That was gorgeous.
What
That
a
was
shot.
gorgeous.
I'm just gonna say it. That was pro. Not everybody can do that, Jeffrey. Okay, I do need to. I'm gonna, I guess, leave the car here and run across the street and do some maintenance because I have no idea how.
So,
I'm doing really good actually. Wow.
We don't walk in the car.
All right, I'll meet you across the street because there is a big boy over here.
Dead Rising Ninja.
Oh, God. Well, if
has-
there's a big boy, we have to take him out.
Dead Rising Ninja has a question for us, asking about what we're expecting from the next once the next generation of console hardware shows up, what things we're looking forward to being able to do with State of Decay.
Helicopters and bicycles.
So the thing that's rough is.
I'm sorry, that was jerky.
No, that's fine. So the thing that's interesting, that's kind of tough about new generations is a lot of the time, the machines will get, say, twice as powerful, and then people will find ways to up the visuals of a game, like 3 times. They'll really eke out a ton of work out of that hardware. They'll raise the bar so high that actually your game has to have less stuff in it in the next generation because each thing has to look so much better than it did before.
Because you go when they say 4K, like people want to play in true 4K or something. Just as an example, that's like what do I want to say? It's each texture is then 4 times more memory.
Yeah, 4 times as big.
Than the last generation, and so you actually eat up your memory really quickly when you're going high fidelity stuff like that.
Yeah. The thing that's so we can't actually, the thing you want to be doing is not necessarily working at the very beginning of a new hardware generation where everything has just barely jumped up and everyone's expecting huge things out of you, and you still haven't quite figured out how to make the most out of the hardware. That's when you actually feel kind of the most restricted and everything is at the most risky. What you actually want to be is at the very end of a console cycle, and you've had maximum time to figure out what you can do with the hardware. Everybody's expectations are still about the same, and that's actually when you can eke the most out of what you're doing. So the next hardware cycle is going to be exciting and it's going to be cool, but that's not where we're going to pin our. We can't pin our hopes for like making the game bigger and having more stuff in it and being more complicated. That's not the moment for that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I am looking forward to working in the next generation of the hardware, but that's not where my hopes are.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at kind of like the Conker's Bad Fur Day aspect of N64. It was one of the last games that was put out, but it was one of the biggest and one of the most technologically advanced because they knew what the system was. They knew what it could do.
Like I think was it God of War 3 that was like one of the last great games on the PS. Was that the PS2? Or is it?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember now. Was that the PS3? I can't remember now.
I think it was PS3.
Was that PS3?
I don't know.
Any case, I remember
us.
there being a few games like right at the end of like the PS2 and then again right at the end of the PS3 or the Xbox and the Xbox 360 where it's like, holy crap! Did you know they could even do that with this hardware? Right before the new hardware hits, and then seems like it's sort of trumping everything.
Right, and Perfect Dark was kind of the same way with the N64. Like that's going back to like early days. But
GTA 5 I think is a good example of that. That was right at the end of the 360 and PS3 era, and they did things with that hardware that just blew everybody's minds. And then when they made the version for the Xbox One and the PS4, it looked like it was just right on par with the rest of that generation. Like they had learned so much about how to work on those older pieces of hardware that they could make them look like they were next generation. It was crazy.
Right, exactly. And it took up, you were still being able to run the game on your old system. You didn't have to do a whole bunch of updates, and you didn't have to completely rehaul, your gaming rig or anything along those lines.
So are we going to go back and take care of that new infestation?
Sure.
All right.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
All the way back at base.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll deal with that.
So Asgard wants to know, is it
hope we
possible,
have enough
are we
fuel.
ever going to do like crossover promotion with any other sort of media? Is that a thing you thought about or wish that could happen? So I don't know if Asgard's talking about saying doing like a crossover with like another specific IP, like The Walking Dead or something like that, or if more talking about like having there be a State of Decay TV show or a State of Decay movie. I know those ideas, you know, they do come up now and then. Almost any popular IP, somebody brings up at some point. Well, hey, you could make a movie out of this. You could do a TV show out of this. But for us, at least from my perspective, like, I'm not a TV producer or a TV writer. You know, I'm not a filmmaker. I went to film school, didn't graduate from it. Should not put me in charge of a movie. But I think a lot of folks around here kind of feel the same way. A few people actually do dabble in other media. I know that like Doug Williams, our art director, for instance, does concept art for film. And there's a few other people who do crossover. Director. He's a fancy film director.
I went and watched his movie premiere.
Cool.
What
movie?
It was like a 6-minute horror movie, but it was awesome.
Oh, nice.
So the point is, we've got some of that expertise around here, but as a studio, you know, we're not equipped to actually make a TV show or make a movie. And so whatever we did, if we did decide to cross over that way, it would be made by other people. And so while that sounds like it would be an exciting way to sort of expand the IP, it doesn't really, it wouldn't really give us much more to work with. It would be kind of handing our baby over to somebody else to kind of make whatever they want with it.
Plus, let's be honest, the TV show has the zombie TV show
Watch yourself.
Been done and really well, right?
It has.
Yeah, I know. I love The Walking Dead and I love Z Nation.
What are you talking about? Is there a show out now?
I don't know if there's room for a third show or a fourth show because there's 2 Walking Deads, right?
There's 2 Walking Deads. There was iZombie. There was.
That's right. iZombie's pretty different, but it's yeah. iZombie's more of the Twilight of zombies. So it's more about the characters and the relationships, but you know, and the sort of and taking the monster and turning it into more of a human character.
That being said, if they need somebody to play a role in the upcoming TV show, I'm just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, so it would be the kind of thing where we might be excited about it if we thought it was being done well, but it would be done by somebody else, and it wouldn't be the same level of excitement we get about, you know, projects that we get to work on, right? Yeah, but the thing is, State of Decay, what makes State of Decay special, though, it's not really, I mean, the IP, you know, we're drawing from a lot of inspirations from other places. Mm-hmm. There are things about our game that are fairly unique, but it's mostly like the deep cut stuff, you know, like who is Cleo, you know, where does all this stuff come from? There's like there is some deeper lore to our game, but that's not really why you play. You know, you play the game not for the deeper lore, but for, you know, the experience of running this zombie community, this zombie apocalypse community, and a TV show can't offer that, right? Like the thing that makes this game the most unique is the very thing that can only be done in a video game. And so I'm not really sure if that kind of branching out is really necessary for State of Decay. There are some IPs out there where I'm like, yes, I played this video game, and I would also love to see a movie in this world.
It's appropriate for children's cartoons as well.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, if you look at the cartoons that we used to watch, or that I used to watch when I was a kid.
The level of violence in some of the early Bugs Bunnies were, you know, disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched the new Voltron, by the way?
No.
Because it is incredibly good. My kids are obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. It's really, really good. And the thing is, so I never watched the original Voltron back in the 80s. So
that's where I cut my teeth.
I was more of a G.I. Joe Transformers and maybe My Little Pony person. So I didn't watch so I didn't watch Voltron. But so I watched like 7 seasons of the new Voltron, and then I went back and tried to watch the original, and it was just holy crap.
It's so painful. It's so painful.
Oh,
never go back.
Wow.
Never go back, Jack.
Like one of my favorite characters in the new one is Pidge. Pidge is an amazing character. Pidge is a train wreck in the original. Like, oh my gosh. It's like I can't even tell if he or she is meant to be human. It's just
it's a mess. It's a mess. Hey, there's a play cart right next to us. Let's go deal with that.
Dark what is it? Darkchild? Darkchild brought up Thundercats.
Okay.
Thundercats was actually one of my favorites. I forgot about
Thundercats
it.
was amazing.
Thundercats, I actually worked on a pitch for a Thundercats video game one time that did not happen, but
Wait,
it was going to be
over
great.
Here. We have a play cart.
I've got 750 pounds of stuff on my back, and you want me to go?
Yep, that's your fault. Let's do this.
Okay, so while you guys are doing that, so we need to do a giveaway real quick. So don't go in there quite yet, okay? Let me, because I got to ask the question. So we've got a
You're
bunch
lucked
of
out,
these.
Brant. Go put it in your truck.
We got a bunch of these State of Decay pins that we need to give away. Let me show them to you right here. So
Let's give away 4 of them at the same time.
okay. Well, we're definitely
3
going
of
to
them at the
yeah,
same
we're
time.
going to give away one to somebody on Mixer, one to somebody on Twitch, and one to somebody on YouTube. But we got these pins here, and we've got a question we need you guys to answer. So are you guys ready? Here is the question. What do you think Cleo stands for? So this is not a trivia question. We have not revealed the right answer. And so there isn't a right answer to this quiz. We just want to hear what you think Cleo stands for. So it has to be a legitimate Cleo acronym. You can't just throw random words out there and get a prize. So we want to hear your ideas for what Cleo probably stands for. So throw that stuff in the chat. Megan's going to be reading it. And, you know, if you're quick, if you're creative, and if you're lucky, Megan will select you to get one of these pins. So that having been said, let's get back to the gameplay.
Yeah, I just got lucky. I totally lucked out that the thing I wanted to place got placed, actually.
Nicely done.
Okay, so it looks like we've got a lot of entries coming in already
that's
for Cleo. We got clandestine logistics enhanced operations. We've got continental laser elimination operations. We've got Captain Lion Eater O'Malley.
Wow, that's a great name.
Yeah, okay, like I need to write that down somewhere.
Well, that's amazing.
Captain
Well done.
Lion
That's
Eater
going in the
O'Malley.
game somewhere. Captain Lion Eater. Yeah.
Captain Lion Eater O'Malley. Oh wow.
That's gonna be like the name of a restaurant or something.
Oh man. That was yeah.
Who did
That's
that
amazing.
one?
That's amazing.
Who
Oh, I didn't see. That was Late Chrononaut. did
Very
that one.
nice, late. Very nice.
Yeah.
So we've got we've had a few people asking questions about why outposts can't be used as like mines anymore. So in the original game, in State of Decay 1, one of the purposes of outposts was you would surround your base with them to keep hordes from approaching your base, and there would be landmines there or like flame fugases or whatever, and they would set hordes on fire and prevent them from reaching your base. So in State of Decay 2, the way that sieges work and the way that like threat to your base works is it just works in a fundamentally different way. We don't have those hordes converging on your base down the road, where if you could find some choke points and place outposts there, the minefields would block the hordes from coming to your base. It just works in a fundamentally different way where that wouldn't be useful anymore. And so we didn't make it a priority to put landmines around your outposts because there wouldn't really be that much of a purpose to it, strategically, the same way there was in the original game. So instead, we wanted outposts to serve kind of a different purpose now. Instead of them being all clustered around your base like a bunch of defenses, instead we wanted outposts to be like mobile bases, or not mobile bases, but like outlying bases, where places where you can drop off supplies, pick things up, swap characters, that sort of thing. We wanted them to feel like a home away from home rather than like a set of turrets surrounding your base. So they're just serving a fundamentally different role now in a fundamentally different strategic environment. And so, like if we were developing outposts, like if State of Decay 2 was the first State of Decay game, and we were developing outposts just from scratch with no history to them at all, it wouldn't have even occurred to us to put minefields around them, because that just isn't the role that they're playing in the current game.
I gotta say really quickly, I reached down, took a sip of Gatorade, looked up, and the car was on fire. I almost covered my computer in Gatorade.
Sorry, I should have warned you about that.
It's all right. It's all right.
Zach Peterson on YouTube came up with the word I was looking for. Field bases. That's the word I was looking for. So thank you.
So really, another question about the kind of the minefields in general. Like, do hordes that wander the map, like this guy right here, that's right across from us, do they generate new infestations in State of Decay 2, or are they just wandering hordes?
So I think the people who could answer that the most accurately are not in the room right
I
now.
believe they do.
I believe that they do, but the last time I actually talked to someone about that feature was a long time ago, and so I'm nervous that something changed about it, and that anything I say about it will be inaccurate. But yeah, that was the intent, was that not every horde, but that some hordes that had screamers in them, would eventually settle down and land as infestations.
Makes
So
sense.
you might be helping yourself if you're killing them, or I might be misremembering, and it could be completely wrong.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh boy.
So Megan is still Megan is still working on the winner. Getting us a winner for our giveaway. There's so many good ones. It's
There's
kind of
so
ridiculous.
many good ones.
So yeah, so it's gonna be up to her to let us know who the winner is.
We'll have to post like some of these.
Yeah, no, we should definitely we should hold on to these and put them up somewhere. Maybe we'll post them on Twitter or something like that so that people can enjoy them.
Are there any Easter eggs that are hidden in the graveyards themselves, like
epitaphs or something?
epitaphs or names or stuff like
I
that?
wouldn't know that.
No, we didn't put names on gravestones or anything like that.
Probably on purpose, right? Because
Yeah,
that's kind of a touchy.
Well,
Like
that and we only have like 4 different gravestone models, and so the same
right.
name would show up unless we wanted to do a whole bunch that were what am I trying to say? Decal based, which doesn't look as good.
And it's a giant pain in the butt too.
Well, and then if somebody comes along and moves the nudges where the gravestones are, then all of your decals are off. And oh, here comes Feral.
Bad puppy.
Oh boy. That was.
It's okay. I've done this a lot.
That was.
Behind you. I was in the middle of reloading, so I'm glad you had some bullets left.
All right. I don't now. So let's go home.
Oh man.
I just fear fired every round I had.
Oh man.
But
Xenocidal Angel, that is a dream of mine that I hope comes true eventually. That is a rebuild of Lifeline. But we're not talking about that because we're not talking about future stuff, or I'm not asking about future stuff.
So it's funny. I've been impressed so far that like nobody has actually, of course, nobody's come really close to getting the actual thing that we over here believe that Clio stands for. But people have gotten individual words correct.
All right, so
I won't tell you who.
Both chats, or all 3 chats, pull out every individual word, and then we'll do a giant Scrabble.
you got to knock it off. You got to knock that off.
The thing is, it's just. I mean, seriously.
We don't ever have to tell you that any of you are right, though.
That's true. And I mean, we might never actually reveal what the acronym stands for because really, it doesn't matter, and there's no way that it could possibly stand for anything that will be as exciting as the lead up. The mystery of wondering what it stands for might be fun.
It's true.
Finding out is just gonna be a disappointment. There's nothing it could stand for that would be a fitting payoff. And so we might just never say, just because.
It's like Ray's parents.
It's like what? Say again?
Ray's parents.
Oh
Everyone
yeah,
was
exactly.
disappointed
Yeah. So it should literally be like it just stands for Clio. That's what it should be.
Help us out with this.
Oh, Social Escort says Clio loves everyone is what Clio should stand for.
Well.
That might be the winner.
that. But it's not true because she only drops items for Red Talon. That we know of. I should say that we know of.
Okay, we are getting very close to having our winners. This is a tough one because we're actually sort of trying to evaluate them on, their creativity and cleverness. Usually we just roll a die, but this one felt like it deserved a little bit more attention.
We're gonna have every deadhead in the area up our ass.
Fall down. You know what I don't like?
What's that?
I don't like Windows.
I know you don't.
Hey, we work for Microsoft now. You can't complain about Windows. Windows is great, especially XP.
Windows is the best. It's the best OS ever.
I think I need to make a clarification, but I'm not going to.
Oh man.
Whoa, hey, there's a sweet ride just parked right here. And
Sweet ride.
it's got gas.
Don't we
All
all?
right, let's do this. We're going places. We're doing stuff.
If I can get in, there we go.
If you can get it, that's true.
We've got 2 more minutes, so
Yep.
let's find something fun.
All right.
right.
Reborn Rebel says, crappy law enforcement officer. Can't learn everything online. Can't learn everything online is perfect.
Oh, man. All right, I'm looking for a Juggernaut because we're going close combat only.
Okay. I'm ready.
So while we're moving,
I'm ready for it.
on that melee.
I got my K-A-Y bar, K-A-Y.
Nice.
It's not the other spelling.
Nice. And of course, since we're hunting for Juggernauts, they're not going to show up
No.
because that's just. I mean, that's how it works.
Word's
right?
out. Well, I mean, after we killed the 2 that were standing next to each other, I think word got out.
Yeah. We're like, whoa, all right, maybe we stay and have popcorn today.
The
We'll go out for brains tomorrow.
the Miller boys
The
got
Miller
word
Boys.
that we were after them. The feud is on.
That is a deep cut.
It is.
Calling on the Miller Boys.
That's right. Well, the only reason why I remember that is because I recorded the lines for that originally.
Right.
Oh man.
In our first attempt at doing that, the voiceovers, I was the voice of Mickey Wilkerson for about 8 minutes.
Nice.
So, are you guys ready for some winners? Because it's 2:00. We need to get out of here. So
Right.
let's do winners. Okay. So the question was, what do you think Clio stands for? And so our first winner from YouTube, I believe, is Jesh Pasiliao. Jesh Pasiliao. It looks like it's Portuguese or something. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. But their entry was Community Land Environment Operation. And so gonna get one of these. Late Chrononaut with Captain Lion Eater O'Malley.
Wait,
Just
these are random?
blew our minds. So yeah, so Late Chrononaut from Mixer, you're also a winner. And
Nice.
then Bilbo on Twitch with
Hey, Bilbo.
computerized logistic equipment operations.
Cheater.
Which
Bilbo
is the
totally
most
cheated.
realistic sounding one on the group. It sounds like
I like it.
Like that is a very convincing entry. So Bilbo is also going to get one of these.
No love for the Juggernauts. We're just gonna drive off a cliff.
Just like this stream.
All right. Well, speaking of driving off a cliff, I think it is about time to go.
Perfect.
Oh man.
So,
Perfect.
Perfect.
Let's switch over to this view here. So, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Fall Down, for coming and joining us. Actually, let me just throw you up here on the screen so people can see how to get to your Twitch channel. Fall Down is one of the best Twitch streamers of State of Decay 2 that is out there. You guys have to check out his channel. We
Thanks,
talked
guys.
about it a ton early on. If you missed it, he lets the audience tell him what to do. It's crazy. You can kill all of his characters if you want to.
Keep an eye
It's
out
true.
for the trial. Decay.
Oh yeah, Undead Trials
Undead
tonight.
Trials.
So
Undead
yeah,
Trials
tonight
2
at
is-
10 o'clock Eastern time.
That is when I am going. That is when
It's
I will be competing.
Pretty much.
But there are competitions all day today. It's going to be all week as well.
Oh yeah,
If you go to Undead Trials, let's see who's still in here. Cases is in here as well. He could throw it in there into chat.
Yeah, I was
anyone
just
wants
about
to
to
stick
throw it
around.
into chat
Yep.
too. So there's I've got a link to the Discord server where everybody's chatting about it. You can get all the updates you want there. Let me just throw that into the
Oh,
chat.
Sailor Wolf says he's going to be up in an hour. So definitely, guys.
Yeah,
Um,
go check out the Undead Trials.
It's been so much fun watching you guys creatively come up with challenges and things like that. So, and making our job easier. Because
Yeah, because then we don't have to make the game.
we
any
don't
better.
have to
You guys are doing it
entertain you
yourselves.
guys. You guys do it yourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Though we will keep trying.
And we'll totally take credit for it all.
Yeah, it's because we're so brilliant. Anyway, thank you so much, Fall Down.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks
really.
to everyone in all 3 streams that have come out to watch us and hang out. We love you guys. We wouldn't be here without you. And we'll,
And thank you, Brant, because you're the
Yep.
best and everyone loves you.
It's true. Thank you, Brant. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Megan, for the invite, and everyone at Undead Labs.
We talked
Love you
about
guys.
the touching.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, on that note, goodbye.